Yo, what's going down, YouTube? Y'all can see in the title, today we're going to be talking about the 7 brutal truths all men must accept. Let's get into it. The first brutal truth all men must accept is no one will come save you. They won't. They won't. And if you do meet some people that do, or a person or two that does decide to save you, dang, they ain't gonna be happy doing it. You're not gonna be happy doing it. You gotta remember, in this day and age, and I won't even necessarily say it's wrong, but society paints men as the providers, you know what I mean, as the people who take care of business. You aren't. And so if you're a man in this society who's not taking care of the business that you're supposed to take care of, whether like you're not financially stable, whether you're emotionally stable, whether you just don't have your shit together, people will look at you as if you're listening. You know what I'm saying? They will. They 100% will. And that might hurt some people. But if you do get it right and you decide and you make a few mistakes, you bump your head, you fall off, you might have your mama to come, you know what I mean, or your pops to look out for, your grandparents, but they gonna look at you and they gonna be like, damn man, like, you know, I ain't supposed to be taking him back in, gang. Like, he moved out when he was 20, he 28, he coming back to my fucking house. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Your girlfriend don't want to take care of you, bro. She don't. And she might say, yeah, baby, it's okay, you know, just take your time. You know, but how long will that last? Family, it's temporary. It's temporary. Nobody wants to take care of a grown man. You know what I mean? Nobody. Get your shit together and keep your shit together the best you can. Going on to the second brutal truth all men must accept. And again, y'all forgive me. JJ's 4-piece catfish came in, you know what I mean? So if y'all see me maxing a little bit, please understand your boy hungry. But the second brutal truth all men must accept is you need to provide something. And I'm not just talking about in relationships or situationships. I'm talking about in real life. But primarily in relationships. You know what I'm saying? You need to provide something. Again, that goes back to the first point of the world expects you to have your shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like women grow up hearing fairy tales and watching Disney movies about princes and kings and, you know what I mean, people to take care of them. People who they can go to about their long days and who they can tell some things to because that man got his shit together. You know what I'm saying? That's what society expects you to be. So if you are not that, if you don't have your shit together, watch how many people want to be around you. Watch how many people want to be around you. I'm not just talking about girls, but more often than not, I am talking about women. I'm talking about guys. And only people that want to be around you, especially dudes, are people who don't really have their shit together. Nobody want to be around a broke ass nigga. Nobody want to be around a bum ass nigga. Nobody want to be around a dumb ass nigga. Nobody want to be around a weird ass nigga. You have to get it together. You know what I'm saying? And by getting it together, you have to provide something. You have, and again, there's different stresses that come with being a man that, oh yeah, everybody comes to for money. Everybody comes to for advice. Everybody comes to just talk your ear off. You know what I mean? There's different struggles that come with that. But at the end of the day, bro, you a man. You know what I'm saying? And I get like, toxic masculinity and all that, but you're a man. You know what I'm saying? So figure your stuff out and figure out that you have to provide something. The next thing I put on this long list is you have to accept that rejection is important. You're gonna get rejected, bro. You're gonna get rejected. Whether you in high school, senior year from the graduate, you apply to colleges, you're gonna get rejected by some of them. Whether it's this bad girl, this girl that you just been plotting on for a minute, you finally decided to shoot your shot, you might get rejected by her. Whether you trying to get a better job and you think you got the job, you think you killed the interview, and they send you the offer saying that you got rejected. You know, the email saying you got rejected. Rejection is a part of life. You know what I'm saying? That's just gonna happen. You gotta learn how to take it on the chin and keep it pushing. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know how to do that. A lot of people get rejected once or twice by something, by girls. You know what I mean? They be like, yeah, these hoes ain't shit. You know what I mean? Or like they get rejected one too many times from like jobs they feel like they had. Man, God, ain't nobody hiring. People don't, you know what I mean? Then here comes the excuses. Here comes that quitter mindset that gets instilled in you because you can't handle rejection. You know what I'm saying? Extremely unhealthy. You get what I mean? And then the the weird part about that is, as a man, speaking about rejection, you also have to learn how to reject certain things. You gotta learn how to reject certain women. You gotta learn how to reject certain male friends. You know what I mean? You gotta, I have a business. I have to reject certain potential clients. You know what I mean? Because certain people just don't mesh with certain people or certain situations and stuff like that. And you have to accept that with that rejection on your part, you rejecting things, comes awkward situations, comes tension sometimes, you know what I mean, comes disagreements. But again, as a man, you have to get used to rejection. No way around it. Next thing on my list, bro. I get it. Some people gonna be mad at this one, but you ain't a woman, gang. You ain't a woman. Now, I don't say like women are weak and this is that, but we gotta understand at the basis of it, women are more emotional and men are supposed to be more logical. You know what I mean? It's 2024 nowadays. You got hoe ass niggas, you got manly ass women, to where now all of that is flipped. You know what I mean? But the basis is, as a man, you know what I mean, you're not a woman. You can't express every single emotion you feel. You know what I mean? You can't because now you combine that emotional side of a grown man with that grown man testosterone, and that's the reason why all these hoe ass niggas killing each other. You know what I mean? That's the reason why these weak dudes are putting their hands on women. That's the reason why all of these things are happening where women saying men aren't men anymore and all this good stuff. Is because men are consistently allowing their emotions to trump their logic. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta fall back and think like, what's the best way to go about this? You know what I mean? And more often than not, the problem is you gotta be stoic. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a man about certain situations. Sometimes you might be like, man, that really hurt my feelings, but are you really supposed to show it right now? Or you gotta be like, man, that really made me angry, but are you supposed to show that right now? You have to figure out what time and the place means. You know what I mean? But more often than not, and it's hard. You know what I mean? I still deal with it. I'm young. You know what I'm saying? I'm only 22. It's hard to sometimes tuck your tail and understand that, like, yeah, let me be a man about this situation. Let me just, this ain't the time to where I gotta flash out or do I gotta like act out or all these other things. Maybe I just gotta be cool. And a lot of dudes, they have a hard time with that. Moving on to the next brutal truth that all men must accept is, just because you're nice, because you're selfless, because you're caring, because you're loving, that does not mean other people will act the same towards you. You could be a complete saint to somebody, a complete angel, and somebody could show you nothing but their demonic side, nothing but the devil. You know what I mean? That's just what comes with life. And this is one of those things that apply to just people in general. You know what I mean? Man or women. But you have, I've been through so many situations where I'm like, damn, how that nigga do me like that? You know what I mean? I wouldn't have did that to him. Like, damn, she did me like that, man. Like I would never do that. You know what I mean? But you have to understand, I'm Tay. Everybody's not Tay. You know what I mean? You Steve. Everybody not Steve. You could be the most solid individual. You could be extremely genuine. You know what I'm saying? Offer nothing to nobody but love, respect, and you know what I mean? Just good energy, and they can give you the exact opposite. That's just something that you got to put up with. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, and I don't mean put up with it like, okay, yeah, you're constantly giving all these positive things to them. They're giving negative things back. You just got to keep them around. No, X them out, but and understand it's gonna hurt sometimes. But once you X them out, understand that it's gonna hurt them more in the long run. It's gonna hurt you. It's just part of life, bro. It's part of life, and it's not fair. But you're gonna realize a lot of things in life ain't fair. Even things that's not on this list. A lot of things gonna happen, and you're gonna be like, damn, that shit is fucked up. But you gotta realize, and like people might say, it's like an unhealthy way to go about certain things, but you gonna get the mentality that like, try your best to be your best, and then if somebody gives you something that's not that, shrug your shoulders, it is what it is. You gotta move on based on what people show you. And if people showing you that they can't be as genuine as the genuine nature that you're showing them, get rid of them. Get rid of them. You don't need them. You know what I'm saying? They might not need you either. But fuck them. Again, X them out. You don't need that, bro. But you will encounter that. 100%. There is no way around it. You're gonna encounter that. It's your responsibility to act accordingly. Because a lot of people, they keep those people around because they like this about them, because they like that about them. But take it for what it is, bro. Take it for what it is. It's not fair, but cut that out. The next brutal truth is no one, and I mean no one outside of your immediate family and friends cares about you. You could be at a job interview, you know what I mean? Everything going well. You like, man, this person really like you. They don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? In the middle of a grocery store, you strike up a conversation with somebody about they don't care about you. You know what I mean? You checking out at Nordstrom, and you having a good banter with, you know, the person that's servicing you. They don't care about you, bro. They don't care whether you eat tonight. They don't care whether you go get into it with your girl and you get kicked out. They don't care if you go to jail tomorrow for murder. They do not care. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't. And honestly, this is one of the things that's almost freeing. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people have social anxiety. A lot of people are like insecure about things because they feel like they go outside and everybody's looking at them. You know what I mean? They feel like everybody's judging them. You know what I'm saying? But once you realize people don't care about you or me at all, life becomes a whole lot easier. Because now you stop trying to impress these people who couldn't care less about you. You know what I mean? But that's a short one, but it's an important one. They don't care. No one cares. No one cares. Your mom, hopefully she cares. Your sister, hopefully she cares. Your brother, your dad, your aunties, your uncles, your best friend, they care about you. They care about you. So appreciate the care that they give you and stop looking for everybody else to care about you. Fuck them. Now it takes us to the 7th brutal truth that all men must accept, and that is you cannot fear change. And I put that last because I want to talk about it for a little bit, because I'm one of those people, and I tell anybody who I talk to, I'm extremely flawed, and one of those flaws are my fear of change. You know what I mean? I'm terrified of change. I'm the type of person, I like knowing exactly what I'm gonna do that day, exactly what I'm gonna do that week, planning things out step by step, and if something shakes, that might unravel my whole plan. You know what I mean? I like things to be extremely mapped out, extremely organized. You know what I mean? And that's just like a small part, but it's the same context and like real life scenarios. You know what I mean? And the problem with people fearing change is you get so stuck in your ways that thinking about doing something different that could be a better way of doing it terrifies you. You get what I'm saying? So instead of you being able to sit back, assess your flaws, you know what I mean, and figure out a solution to those, you don't do that. You don't do that. So now the same flaws you have at 22 will be the same flaws you have at 32 and 42 and 52, because you never directly address those, because you feel so comfortable with yourself. And even if you feel uncomfortable with yourself, you're so terrified of change that you can't even think about jumping to the better version of you because of this stuff holding you back. You can't fear it, bro. You can't fear it. It's crazy. I'm talking to y'all, but I'm really talking to myself too. You can't fear it, man. You just can't, because there is no growth without change. There is no growth without change. Change is, I say, the most important thing for growth, right? 100%. You have to figure out, okay, you got to be able to sit back, especially as a man. Everybody wants you to have it put together, you know what I mean? So you got to be able to sit back, be like, okay, yeah, I struggle with this. How will I fix this? Okay, I might have to not be around these people. I might have to not do this as much. And then, you know, hopefully it'll gradually start getting better, you know what I mean? But you have to be able to stick it out through that change. A lot of people can't do that. Again, that's something I'm still having a hard time with. But we all gonna figure it out, man. If you want to figure it out. Some people don't. I don't give a fuck about those people. I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? If you want to change it, you gonna figure it out. Again, appreciate y'all for rocking with me on this one, man. These were just the 7 brutal truths I feel like all men must accept. There's way more, but these are just the top 7 that I could think about. You know, as always, I'm not the wisest man on this app, but I do got a little game to give. Till next time, be safe, be easy.